नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Sadashivaham, graduates, everyone sitting with us all over the world through so many adhinams, centers, ashrams. I am attempting a next level of Shaktipada. Next week you are all going to have the initiation into the powers of depth through two-way video conferencing. Through two-way video conferencing, I am going to transmit powers first time. I think I am ready. I just need to prepare all of you. I know for sure we will be victorious. We'll win the game. I know for sure. Before that, I wanted to share few truths. Listen. Please listen very intensely. Your depth, what you perceive as you, which is the source of your experience of the your world, your experience of your God, your experience of your life, which is called depth. Listen carefully. All your cognitions put together, which is the source of your experience of your world, your experience of your God, your experience of your life. If you feel life is good, liberating, or if you feel life is bad, suffocating, whatever, your cognitions, your depth is the reason, and that is the source to give you the experience of life you have for you. That depth, that cognitions, listen, that depth, that cognitions are bundle of cherished thought currents and memories. Let me repeat once more. Your depth, your core, your being, your hara center, which is the source of your life, how you perceive your life. Your cognitions, you may perceive life is beautiful, good, liberating, or you may perceive life is bad, cheating, exploiting, or you may perceive life is good when I am good, life is bad when I am bad. Whatever perceptions you may have, whatever experiences you may have, listen very carefully. The depth which is source of your perceptions about life, and the same way that also acts like a magnet to attract various situations, persons, places, objects in your life. It is not a dead ideas, It's a living magnet. It acts like a living magnet. That magnet attracts certain persons in your life, certain situations in your life, certain places in your life, things, many things. It attracts. Listen carefully. Very important. That depth is made of your cherished thought currents and memories. The good news is, if you change your taste of what you cherish, the thought currents and memories, you can change your depth. That's the good news. The greatest news is, always truth is sweet and tasty. Listen. Good news is, if you change what you cherish, the thought currents and memories, the cognition changes. Cognition change happens in any common man with every Rutu. Rutu means season. Now, Vasanta Rutu has started. Each Rutu has a different flow in your energy. Within one Rutu, you can change your cognition. Listen to the next truth. If you start cherishing different thought currents, different memories, the cognitive shift will happen. Cognitions can be changed. A better culture can be brought in your life. Is a good news. The great news is, truth always is tasty and sweety. Listen. Truth is always sweet and very tasty. Anywhere you see something which is not sweet or tasty, try to find out the depth of the truth in it, not creating self-doubt about it. Listen carefully. Listen intensely. Whenever there is something which is not sweet or tasty, try to analyze how much of truth is in that and lies are in that, not focusing on the self-doubt. I think somewhere I am wrong. Listen carefully. There are some places where you need to look in whether I am wrong or not. That is different. But here, understand, I am sharing the science of cognitive shift with you. Just last few days I was having session with our Gurukul kids. I was teaching about life and relationships. Understand? Relationships are the most beautiful, sweetest thing in the life. When Sadashiva declared, "Let me become many and enjoy myself," it means he himself has decided to enjoy the joy of relationships, the ecstasy of relationships. Whenever you have a problem, difficulties, bitterness, boredom, tiredness in the relationship, find out something other than the truth. Delusion has entered the relationship. Relationship itself is not failure. The delusions entered into relationship makes it tired, bored, sickening, suffocating. I was coining and using a new word called sexless intimacy, where you explore the soul of the other person. When you explore the body of the other person, how long you will be exploring the same curves? You will be tired and bored. Husband and wife are the most intimate enemies. Tired and bored, sickening, but tied together. In Indian tradition, literally with 3 knots. If it ends just with exploring of the body, it will be most tiring, sickening, boring relationship. And then you will start looking around to explore various bodies, different bodies. Sometimes you may not even stop with other gender. No, that is where all the perversion starts. Not even other gender, you may not even stop with human beings. Understand? The problem here is you do not explore the souls. The intimacy need to be extended to explore the other person's being, the soul, the consciousness, the thought currents, memories, the effect thought currents and memories creates in the other person and in you. If the exploring starts little deeper than the skin, deeper than the color of the skin. The Indians are obsessed with the color of the skin. Oh, I think this is the country which is most cheated with these fairness products. And who all the fairness product is dubuk, understand? You need to know that. D-U-B-U-K. All right, have double K. D-U-B-U double K. Anyhow, if exploring goes little deeper than the skin to the level of thought currents, memories, taste, interests, then deeper than that, conscious journey together towards the higher possibilities, enlightenment, power manifestation, Sadashivatva. Then the taste and depth of the whole relationship goes to the next level. Understand, when you are sick, tired, bored in relationships, try to look where the delusion has entered. Exploring just the curves of the body alone is not relationship. If you stop there, I should call that as delusion. I should call that as non-involvement. I should call that as life negative. Whatever I am sharing now, I am preparing you all for power manifestation. Manifesting Sadashivatva. I don't care some fools call me Sadashiva. Some fools call me, and dash dash words. Sometimes without depth, even if you call me a Sadashiva, you are a fool. Because you are cheating you and you are trying to cheat me. And you think you mastered, you can cheat me. You are a fool. I have seen people, oh Sadashiva, I have surrendered to you. All right, stay back and attend Sadashivatva. No. I have an urgent work. Next. Listen. Depthless words also are stupidity. Because it gives you false courage, you can cheat me. No. You can cheat you, not me. If you think you can cheat me, that is the worst cheating you are doing to you. Listen. Depthless actions are you cheating you. Depthless actions are you cheating you. And when you bring depth in your actions, simple morning Shiva Puja is enough. You will be in Shaktipada whole day and night. Seven minutes is too much time. If you are doing Shiva Puja and whole day the Shaktipada is not happening, something is seriously wrong with your depth. Look into the depth. Where is it missing? And if you are not even doing Shiva Puja, forget about it. I am not talking to you, and you are here as accident. Quickly go out as early as possible. I am not interested in talking to you. Listen. Now I am making it very clear. I am working with very serious people, and I wanted to tell you guys, I do expect you to have Vishesha Diksha and do Shiva Puja every morning at least 7 minutes. It doesn't take more than 7 minutes. And I am also very clear, I am not at all interested in stupid liberalistic religious ideas. God is everywhere. If you just remember Him, that is enough. This liberalistic religious ideas, has it liberated even a single fellow? Liberal ideas imported and inserted into Hindu tradition by Max Muller, and that chunk of perversion is called Vedanta, Neo-Vedanta. The modern day Neo-Vedanta is nothing but I don't use the word BS because that is very sacred in Hindu tradition. Third rate, liberalistic religious views and ideas downloaded and very cunningly implanted into the Hindu tradition through the methodology of so-called translation by the Max Muller is chunk of Neo-Vedanta, modern Vedanta. I told them, my library people, don't even keep Neo-Vedanta books in my library because they smell too bad. Even the books smell too bad. It is Neo-Vedantic ideas. God is everywhere. Just remember Him. And He is pleased. He doesn't need the water you are pouring, or the bilwa leaf you are putting, or the prasad you are offering. Bloody. Who said He needs? You need. You need to eat that bilwa leaf, you need to eat that prasad, you need to eat that sandal, you need to drink that puja water, which is the mixture of all these great things for your brain to be stable. Even I am not saying he needs, but I am saying you have to do the puja. Understand, there are thousands of stupid acts you are doing in your life thinking you will get pleasure or some result. Are you getting or what? All in those places you do not have a great liberalistic life views. Your logic does not analyze, is it useful act? Am I wasting time or am I using my time properly? But when it comes to 7-minute puja, almost your 24 hours of logic rushes and starts doing acid wash. 7 minutes. If I waste in my life and I don't even know when what will happen, will he really appear? Does he receive the puja? I tell you, actually I am not even interested in convincing you about puja. I am only interested in bringing depth to your puja. Because my scale of working has become now different. I am shifting. Forget about the fellows who are not even convinced about puja. Then you go to many liberal gurus. There are a lot of liberal gurus. Google in the internet and go there and free me. So I am very happy. Let me come to the people who are initiated disciples. After all, the LSP is the time I spend with initiated disciples. This is the talk I am giving for initiated, who are already interested, who are committing, who are entering. Please listen. Let me talk to you. Bring depth in your puja. For next 1 week, I'll make you experience powers of depth by next week. It's my commitment. Just for the sake of bringing depth, do puja at least 2 or 3 times this 1 week. It is for you to become more and more aware and to bring depth into it. Means, remember, when I say bring depth, what I mean, for example, you pick up the flower and try to meditate on Sadashiva with a dhyana sloka, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, with a dhyana sloka. Understand? Arunagiri Yogeshwara is not Adi Guru for you, he is Parama Guru for you. Understand? Sadashiva is not Adi Guru for you, Guru for you. When you keep the flower and meditate, literally bring him to your inner space. Spend few seconds, few minutes, remembering what is described in the dhyana sloka. Not liberal puja. What is liberal puja? You know, hey, what is going on there? Pick up the phone call. Boys do liberal puja. Legends do Shiva Puja. Don't do this February 14 puja. What is February 14? Trying to throw rose in every possible corner. That is what is February 14 puja. Try to throw rose in every possible corner. Let's see what hits whom. Boys celebrate February 14. Legends celebrate Shivaratri. Bring depth to your Shiva Puja. See, bringing depth to your action and thought currents in every level is required. I want to start with your puja. If you are not even initiated into Shiva Puja, now I am giving you all initiation. Whoever wants to take, I am giving. You are all initiated. Start today. This 1 week, I am asking you to do 2-3 times. Do once in the morning. Do once in the noon, do once in the night, do 2-3 times. That will bring certain depth in you. And I commit with you, I'll make you manifest powers of depth by next week, next Sunday. Next Sunday, I'll make you manifest powers of depth. I'll repeat once more what is depth. Depth is your cognitions, bundle of cognitions, which is responsible for how you perceive your life. Good, bad, right, wrong, whatever. How you perceive your God. Oh, good God, bad fellow, not at all, caring about me, tortures me. No. He tests but doesn't give up. Various cognitions you may have. Source of that cognitions is depth. Good news is the thought currents and memories you cherish can change your depth. Great news is you don't need to struggle to cherish the highest truth and change your depth, because truth is very tasty and sweet. I gave the example. If the relationships are felt as torturous and suffocating by you, understand and try to look in where the delusion has come in between in your relationships. Why it is boring, tiring, torturing, suffocating. Look in. I'm suddenly remembering a beautiful incident happened with Mayamma. Mayamma is one of a great avatuta. Avatutas means the ecstatic, enlightened beings. She is one of the great avatuta, lived in the modern times. Her samadhi is in Salem. She lived in Kanyakumari. Once I had her darshan, not physically, in Divya Sarira. She appeared. I wanted to narrate that incident so you will understand. During my Parivrajaka Yatra, I went to Kanyakumari, had darshan of Devi Bhagavati, Parashakti, Adi Shakti, doing tapas towards Sadashiva, the most sweet and intimate expression of Devi. So after darshan I came out and I heard about this Mayamma earlier itself, so I wanted to go and see the place where she used to be roaming around. On the beach only she used to be roaming around. I had an idea, if I came during the time when she was in the body, how nice it will be and how beautiful. I would have had darshan of her. Suddenly I could see the whole shift in the cognition. Actually, not that I saw her, I was moved to that time zone. Listen carefully. You are here in the present and having darshan is different. Just move to the time zone and seeing actually how she was when she was is different. I experienced the depth of Mayamma, that very space in which she was roaming around. She was a great Avaduta. Avadutas don't wear clothes. They don't wear anything because they feel body itself is a cloth. I still remember what is cognitive shift, because at that moment the whole thought current, understanding, idea, everything shifted to what she is, her space. Listen, darshans come and go, cognitions come but never goes. The cognitive shifts comes but never goes. It never went away from me. I can go to that space any time I want. Or I should say, extension of me is always in that space continuously. Things done in depth level, whether cleaning up of your relationships, cleaning up of your health, cleaning up of your wealth patterns, cleaning up of your completion, incompletion, anything done in that level does not go away, stays forever. Stays forever. I tell you, a non-committed person, even 1,000 years if you guys live together, it's only called boyfriend, girlfriend. Same way, a person who is not committing to initiation, even if you stay in the same hall 1,000 years, you are only a visitor, neither disciple nor devotee. Because commitment changes your cognition. Understand, commitment changes your cognition. People who die with the pride of their skin colors are the most cheated human beings. They may think that they cheated others. It is not true. They are the most cheated. People who die with the pride of their wealth are the most cheated, because all that is not going to be useful after death. People who die with the depth of understanding what is death are the best beings who used human body and life. In every level, depth changes your existence. Depth changes your existence. Furnitures you can get best if you do window shopping and then buy. But not gurus and enlightenment. When you are doing window shopping, suddenly one window will open and just shop you. He is your guru. After that, you can't shop anymore. Essence of what I want to convey through today's LSP session: bring depth in you. I can push you to the next level of manifesting powers and Sadashivatva. This 1 week, do at least 3 times Shiva Puja, 2 or 3 times. If you can, even do 4 or 5 times, nothing wrong. It's not overdosage. Relax. And all the things which will do bad, if you do overdosage, you do that. But when it comes to Shiva Puja, is it not going to be overdosage? Nothing is overdosage. Even if you can do 4 or 5 times, nothing wrong. Bring depth to your puja. Means do real puja. Not just so add depth to your puja this 1 week. Next LSP, you are all going to be initiated into the powers of depth. Understand? Powers of depth. Powers of depth does not mean just you will move coconut. You will crack and seal not just coconut, even your spouse's head. You can crack the head of your spouse and put an idea you want and seal it back. How cool it is. And the funny thing is, he or she is going to act out those ideas. So I have a great news for you guys. Come back next week. Now I know many will do Shiva Puja. One week Shiva Puja is okay to avoid regular puja. A newly married girl goes to mother and cries, "Yesterday night there was a bitter fight between me and my husband." Mother consoles, "It's okay, that is usual in the family. Husband and wife fight, that is a part of the life." "Oh, that is okay, but what to do with the dead body? Tell me that." So, that is called Shava Puja. Better do 1 week Shiva Puja to avoid Shava Puja. Bring depth to your puja. I'll see you next week to initiate all of you into the powers of depth. And of course, last but not least, my invitation to all of you for Sadashivatva. Doors of Kailasa is opening. For people to jump out of the Maya matrix and Kailasa is calling, Sadashiva calls you. Sadashivatva is calling you. So, and I tell you one secret, always my first programs are best programs. Whether it is Inner Awakening or Shuddhadvaitam or Shivoham or Nityanandoham or Sadashivoham or now Sadashivatva. So, if you are blessed one to taste the first programs, you know what it is, and don't miss this one more first program, first opening to Kailasa. And the program for the beings who wants the space in the Kailasa. I am not selling real estate of Kailasa, I am selling real state of Kailasa. Understand? I am not selling real estate, understand? I am selling real estate. So, that's it for now. Get ready for depth initiation and please bring your enlightenment pill and Guru Mandala, everything. Next, Guru Mandala and enlightenment pill, both for the next week. LSP session. So I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, Sada Shivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.